Hey, what up, man?
Hey,
How are you?
what's up?
What's
I'm
up?
good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Just, living the dream. Living the dream over here at the mansion.
I can do an update today with that non-permanent resident stuff coming out yesterday.
I would love that because I don't even know what you're talking about. So, great. But don't do it yet.
Good stuff.
Give us more
Yeah,
information.
by the way, the non-permanent resident FHA loan is the second largest program there was. My
Right.
wife is president of a mortgage company, and she and I actually discussed that. I think anywhere between 10 to 20% of all FHA loans were for non-resident aliens, meaning people who were with legal status here in the United States. And now that is gone.
Okay, wow. So I guess we're jumping straight into our conversation this morning, and I'm glad of it.
Good.
Good
Let's do it,
morning.
girl.
Hi, everyone. This is Robin Mann. This is Real Estate MF. We talk about real estate Monday through Friday. We don't have a real estate talk show to turn into every day. We're here 30 minutes every day. And Diane Hibbs is our co-host. So, so Taylor Moise, who is a lender out of Charlotte, North Carolina, jumped in quickly saying he could tell us an update on blah, and Kevin chimed in quickly, and I don't even know what they're talking about. So I'm going to shut my trap and let Taylor, if you're ready, just here.
Yeah, a lot of
hold
you
on.
probably heard this already yesterday.
Hold on. Let me get Ray in. All right, now go. Yes, tell us what it is. What are you talking
So
about?
FHA in the past has allowed illegal aliens or non-permanent residents to obtain FHA mortgages, like DACA.
DACA, yeah.
Yeah, so now they're no longer allowing that. Any case numbers created after May 25th have to go conventional. So that's the good thing about it, is that you can still go conventional if they qualify for that, but they no longer are allowing that for FHA mortgages. I actually have one in the pipeline right now that closes before then, and she's DACA, and she is FHA. So it's a big deal. It's like Kevin was saying. Yeah, there's been a lot of mortgages that have been done using that.
DACA, that's you're here. You have some form of permission to be here if you're a DACA person, right?
So our company, I'm at Atlantic Bay Mortgage. They're reading into this. There's going to be a lot of blowback from this, obviously.
Yeah.
Because it affects so many people.
Right.
So they have attorneys involved, and they're trying to sort it out. But
okay.
The general consensus right now is that their FHA will not allow it. I actually have it here. It says these letters align FHA's residency requirements with President Trump's recent executive orders that prioritize the use of federal resources to benefit U.S. citizens and ensure the integrity of government loan programs. Specifically, the updated residency requirements will remove eligibility for illegal aliens from accessing FHA-insured mortgages by eliminating in its entirety the non-permanent residence category in both the single-family Title I and Title II programs.
Okay, so I'm just going to poke into that and with a question. A non-legal alien or a non-legal resident, a non-permanent resident, that could be just someone that lives in that is a native of Canada, but they want to buy property here. And this is saying
like you work visa.
Right, or even just I want to go buy property in the United States. I can go do this with this. What I used to could have done that, or I can do this through May 25th, and then no, it's gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, folks that are legally here, because it's worded there, I feel like that it's for illegal aliens, but I don't. Were illegal aliens actually purchasing homes? Like I don't think they were.
They can't.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, they can't. And
right.
I'm telling you, I've been in the business for 26 years. My wife is vice president of a major national company
right.
here in D.C. This is all political propaganda.
That's what I thought.
Number one.
Okay.
Number two, illegal aliens could never, ever, ever obtain FHA loans.
Right, that was
Number
my
one.
question. Okay.
They could not even obtain a conventional loan. Number two, they only could have gotten some sort of a hard loan, a private financing from some investors as a rent to buy, whatever. But who in their sound mind will do a loan for an illegal alien? So that's where we are. I'm quite positive that it will be challenged constitutionally, number one. And the reason I'm talking about that with authority, I am an alien. I
Right.
was born and raised in Russia myself. Permanent residency, they actually very carefully worded the reasoning for that. They said it's going to be going for the benefit of American citizens only. No,
Right.
it only goes for the benefit of permanent residents. Permanent residents are not American citizens, yet they have every single right except for voting as an American citizen. So you see, this is a very clever, interesting political thing to cut off a very, very significant source of financing that props up the real estate market.
Interesting.
Be prepared for a blowback and possibly a real estate recession because of that.
Taylor, I want to hear your thoughts on it because you were like, I can update you on it. I want to hear what all you're having to say because I don't know
Well, I mean,
anything about it, so I want to hear what your words are.
I mean, it's really unfortunate. It's gonna.
And thank you, Kevin.
It's gonna lock out a lot of buyers. Like the one right now I'm doing, he's got an employment authorization and it's a resident alien card, but he's not he's not a permanent resident technically. So his wife is. So they're buying a house. I'm doing the North Carolina housing, $15,000 down payment assistance for them.
Right.
So, in other words, they would not, like in 2 months from now, if we would have waited, or for whatever reason this falls out of contract for an inspection issue or something,
Right.
they will no longer qualify to buy a house
Wow.
because his income. She can't do it on her own.
So it's not that he's an illegal alien. He has the right to be here because of a work visa, and he's purchasing a wife with his. He's purchasing a wife with his home. He's purchasing.
United States of America employment authorization. It looks just like it looks similar to a driver's license.
So he is here legally. He has a. He wants to. Yes, Jim, we are trying to fire you up today. He has the right to be here, purposefully and legally. His wife is a citizen, but if they can't get closed by May 20, well, it has to be in the pipeline before May 25th, or it can't happen.
Well, yeah, you just have to have a case number. You see, you have to have a sales contract and have your company has to have ordered the FHA case number before May 25th, but anything after that is.
All right, so that's what my bell hears. I hear opportunity. This is your opportunity right now. Go advertise to the people of the world. If you're here on a work visa and you're looking to buy a home, we need to get it done before May 25th. We need to get you in the system. If you're looking to buy a home and use the FHA, this is your time. And so will conventional be available after May 25th?
Yeah, there's no changes on conventional.
Okay, so just FHA.
Just FHA. I'm actually going to do a video. I do a video every Thursday. I'm going to do a video on Facebook. So if you want to share it with your clients, it'll kind of explain some of this.
Will you share it
in
in AHA? You're in our agents helping agents AHA group. This is fascinating to me. So the other question in my brain, I want to hear you too, Kevin. One more question on this is it safe to assume? What is safe to assume in terms of price point with an FHA?
Price point?
Yeah.
Like what's the max FHA loan amount?
Yeah.
It's right around $450,000.
Okay, so that's the other piece I was thinking about. We're not talking your million dollar clients. We're talking your 450 or below. So if your demographic is that, if your avatar is that, if you speak another language, if you have contacts where you deal with folks who are in this category, then this is your opportunity to be a resource. I say, look, guys, if you want home ownership, it's time to do it. Kevin, what you got, man?
Especially like credit issues. I don't mean to interrupt.
No, keep going.
Typically, someone with an F that's doing an FHA loan either has not so great credit. They'll allow anything down to like 580 credit scores, or minimum down payment 3.5%, or high debt to income ratios. Compared to a conventional loan where they kind of max out at 49%. An FHA loan will let you go to 55%. So there's a lot of advantages. I even have people with great credit that do FHA loans just because they have high debt to income ratios.
Right. Fascinating. Okay.
They also have favorable interest rates compared to what you get with a conventional loan.
So Texas, y'all are in the house here. Y'all are a big area of people with, just that's my assumption. It'd be interesting to see where are the biggest work visas in our nation, because those realtors, it's time to jump on the gun and get on it. Go, Kevin, please.
Yeah, so my wife does quite a few loans for Russians, Ukrainians,
Yes.
Eastern European bloc countries, and
Yep.
especially recently in light of the war in Ukraine, many Russians and Ukrainians moved to the United States. Quite a few of them are here on what is called temporary protective status. Okay, because of the war.
Right.
And about a week ago, Trump administration has issued an order to kick out over 500,000 immigrants here in the United States by end of April, who are here from Cuba, Honduras, Puerto Rico, not Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Haiti, and a few other countries.
How about
South
Ukraine?
America.
Or was Ukraine on that list?
No, Ukrainians are not yet affected by it. However, knowing where Trump administration is going with ending the war in Ukraine,
Right.
and again, because I'm Russian, I was born and raised there,
Yeah.
and I follow this closely like a hawk. What I'm beginning to see is, imagine you have 500,000 immigrants who by the end of April have to leave this country. That means that they will have to fire sale their homes, they have to fire sale their businesses, they have to bankrupt the remaining spouse that stays here in the United States, most likely. And unless you are legally in legal procedures right now, meaning you are adjusting your status to permanent residency or becoming an American citizen, but even that is not a guarantee, because people now are being actually deported because they are, even if they are permanent residents, they will find something there and they will kick them out. But again, this is a political thing.
Right.
We're not talking politics here, we're talking economics here. And the economics of this, imagine if 500,000 people who probably own 100,000 homes, let's say,
Right.
need to sell their houses at fire price sales.
Then yeah, again, realtors jump out. And Diane just posted, that was beautiful. That was a beautiful post you just, or just information you just shared. She shared the top 10 cities for work visas, especially the H-1B. So New York, San Jose, San Francisco, Seattle, Dallas, Chicago, Austin, Atlanta, Houston, Boston. So our Texas people, you're there. Is DC on that? It's a U.S. It's not a U.S. Is DC a U.S. city? It's a district of. It's not a city. So
there are probably, from what I understand, about 30 to 40% of folks here are foreign nationals.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
Either permanent residents or citizens, and then a whole bunch of other contractors. It is a huge percentage here, and we are beginning to see days on the market increasing in DC from like 17 days on the market last year at this time to about 30 now.
Okay. Fascinating. So, okay, if you're just chiming in, what we are discussing is, actually, Taylor, tell us what you're discussing, because I don't want to say it wrong.
Yeah, it's just new updates. HUD came out with an update saying that they're no longer going to allow non-permanent residents to obtain FHA mortgages.
Okay. And so the opportunity here is, if you are in a area where there are non-permanent residents, people that are here legally, potentially on a work visa, They cannot qualify for an FHA loan after May 25th. They have to be under contract and paperwork ordered before May 25th to qualify for an FHA mortgage. This was a executive, it was an executive order. Is that what it was? Because it's not a law, right? It was an executive order.
No, it's called mortgagee letter. FHA issued a so-called mortgagee letter, which is interpretation of the executive power of the current policies.
Okay.
And that is not a executive order by Trump.
Okay.
The only executive order Trump has issued was to deport or self-deport the 500,000 people who are under temporary protection right now by end of April. And the other one that he issued, which has been put on hold, is the Alien Enemies Act that he used to deport people to Guatemalan prison. So these are the only two executive orders he issued. It's not FHA orders.
Okay. All right. Wow. We just came out of the gate this morning. Jim, what do you got to say?
Now, I spent a good deal of time on this yesterday because I like to go down those rabbit holes.
Yes.
And, I've got really one, potentially two clients right now today that this affects. One of whom is an investor, but he was looking to do his primary home this spring. So that's, he and his wife are both from Turkey. They've been here on work visas for years.
Right.
They
Right.
own properties today in the United States.
Yeah.
So his path just was changed. The issue is that, like Kevin saying, it's a political thing, not an economic thing, because it doesn't help anybody.
Right.
It just makes home ownership less affordable and less accessible for certain people.
Yeah,
have every legal right to purchase a home today.
Right.
Yeah, okay. This is what you call an American dream. Everybody can buy it. You are not entitled, apparently, to FHA right now. However, an interesting point here is this. If they had made a case, for example, that non-permanent legal residents have a higher rate of FHA defaults,
Right.
that would be an economic issue.
Right.
That would be a real estate policy, if you want to call it that way. If they made a case that
That would be the facts
they are
that,
leaving
like,
the country,
Diane likes to use
they're
facts.
leaving the country, but they are not paying taxes. But that's not the case. When you're going to a title company requires you to show the proof of and you certify if you're a citizen or not. And by the way, if you leave the country and you didn't pay taxes, that would be a good justification for this policy. But this is not how they're justifying it. So, and again, this is not a political issue here. The issue is, where are we as real estate agents will apply the knowledge of this and how you can grab it and go with it.
Right. No, I was saying, Diane, what are the facts? He was saying if there were facts that show these things, that these people default, or these people are not paying taxes, or these people are working the system in a negative way, that would give it a bit more merit, where it feels like there aren't any facts to this. It was just a blanket decision.
I would assume that these have a very low default rate.
You would
I've done
assume
a lot of mortgages for these types of people, and I don't ever hear anything about them foreclosing or having late payments or anything like that.
Right. Thank you. Wow. Okay. So we are talking about the FHA non-permanent resident letter that came down yesterday and how that'll affect our businesses. If you so choose to present this information, you can do so in a non-political way. If you're for it, you can say, "Yeehaw! Get the hell out! Come see me. I'll sell your house." If you're against it, you can say, "I'm so sorry. I love you. Let me be a resource for you." And help you sell your house, or help you be, I don't know how to couch it the other way, but I guess I love you and I want you to have good money. That's how you could couch it. This is happening. If you're for it, this is happening. I want you to have good money. I'm willing to help you with that. So, so if you're just going to be neutral, just be neutral. Say, look, this is happening. It's just a fact. How you know, if you need to sell your home, if you are in a situation where you're going to be deported, or if you're in a situation, well, that's if they're needing to sell. But if they are needing to purchase, there's the other thing is if you're behind the idea of non-permanent residents being able to purchase real estate, then get and play on that today in the coming weeks. Like don't just today. Like make it your
And also becomes a
campaign.
really great opportunity for you to present your buyer agency value. Now that the FHA is gone, now that we've got this crazy NAR settlement lawsuit, I am here for you. I am here, that a Russian real estate agent
Right.
who can guide you in your language, in your culture, explain to you. Plus, my wife is a loan officer, or you have a loan officer contact who also speaks Russian or another language. We can explain to you that conventional loans could be better. Or what if we get you a conventional loan on a duplex? Because we don't know if you're going to be here for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Let instead of a single home, let's turn you into an investment property. You are making good income, but we can turn it into that, and you will make so much more cash and appreciation, blah, blah, blah. Therefore, I'm your agent. So take the lemons, squeeze them, and make that lemonade.
A great opportunity as well to use Google Translate to create an ad. Like if the people that in your area that you think will be affected by this are Hispanic speaking, or Vietnamese, or Philippines, or whatever, Russian. I don't know which.
Yeah, and Google Translate, trust me, is 99.9% accurate.
Right.
So anything you can write in English, you can write, it will translate it for you absolutely perfectly.
Well, and here's another thing. Think about this. Either you could partner with another agent or lender who is has a different language. Also, what if you just find a person in the community or a lawyer and say, hey, look, I want to target this group. I want to be a resource. I need and put this out on Facebook and out everywhere. I need a Spanish speaking person. I need a Filipino speaking person. I need a Russian speaking person, a Ukrainian, like all the ones you can think of. And then utilize those people. Say, I'll put you on my A1 list, and when we close the deal, you can't pay them, but you could figure out some form of, what'd you say, Diane? Some form of gift, yes. So that'd be a great opportunity to partner with someone, and or even partner here. Whoa, go to the local consulate, the local place in town. Like if you have a place that English as a second language, or people that help, English as a second language. Any of your facilities and towns, go to them and say, look, I'm a realtor. I want to help these people. I'm going to need you to help translate. Maybe you can do a fundraiser on their behalf. There you go. If they close some deals from any of the English second language tutors, if any of those could be traced back to that person, then you get to give a donation to their business or to their nonprofit. So I don't know, just brainstorming that, but it's definitely a way to leverage it. It is significant news, whether you agree with it or not. It is significant news, and it is a place where we can be called to action in a positive way for people. So what else y'all think on that? That was some good stuff. Taylor just gets kicking us in the face. Anybody else have ideas on how to utilize it?
I'll just throw this out there. Because conventional will allow in the future permanent residents or non-permanent residents, it may be a good idea to have a good credit repair professional on deck. Typically with a conventional loan, you need somewhere around a 640, 620, 640. I mean, you're going to get a better interest rate if you've got a 700, obviously, credit score. But I've got a good one. If you need one, I'm sure you guys might know some already, to get your clients in touch with a good credit repair professional so that they would in the future qualify for a conventional loan.
Well, so then that's a beautiful thing to put out there to the world as well. Hey, you may not be ready. This is happening. Don't panic. I always love Animal House. It's Kevin Bacon. If you go back and look, it is Kevin Bacon in the Animal House scene where all the people are rushing towards him and he's standing out there as a police officer and he's going, all is well, all is well. It's Kevin Bacon. It's like when he's a little bitty baby. But so this could really freak a bunch of people out. And so this is an opportunity to say, look, it's okay if you're not going to be ready by May 25th. Let's get you in a plan. Let's get you in a direction. And you're still going to have an opportunity to have the American dream of homeownership and you know, present it that way. So, yeah, so that's great information. Definitely something you can utilize. Just beware of your politics, however you choose to put it out there, and be prepared to stand behind it, whatever way you go with that. So,
Also, an actionable takeaway. Take this headline, go to your favorite AI, and ask AI, I live in this area, what are the actionable, you know, things I can do right now to utilize this to boost my business? And I guarantee you, AI is going to spit you 50 possible ways to leverage this.
I love that. Well, in my brain, when you said that, my brain thought, you know, there are everywhere, most likely, community networks, are like a Hispanic business network of Charlotte, Latino business network of Charlotte, or Vietnamese. I don't know why, the Russian business network of Russia, you know, or of Charlotte. So like, go look for them and then reach out to those people. They may already have a realtor, and that's okay. It is an opportunity for you, if that's your demographic, for you to reach out, because they may not have a realtor. So, great combo, man. Anybody else? We didn't even share wins because we just went straight into the game. Has anybody got a phenomenal win they want to share? Okay, this was big stuff. Interesting stuff going on these days. So, yeah. I guess the big thing, if that does affect anyone that is out there, whoever that does affect, most likely they could be in a very serious state of stress right now. So to be a voice of calm, to be a positive is a really important thing. Always good to have partners, says Sharon. Mackenzie said, I made 5 calls yesterday to leads and one person wasn't ready, but said I can keep in touch. Yeah, you did, girl. I like it. And Alex, I'm glad. Was that your sweet hubby that you just kissed? All right, y'all Google this. If you have a significant other, and it's supposedly related to men, that's what I've read. They have like a 80% chance of living longer if you kiss them before they go.
Ooh.
So, kiss your significant other. If you don't have a significant other, kiss your dog, your kid, kiss someone, kiss the door. It don't matter. Kiss something before you leave the house. My win, I had a closing yesterday. It was the one that was the $40,000 difference. We got him down. We closed. She's happy. They even left her porch furniture. Whew. So it closed.
Yay.
And then I've got one today that was supposed to close February 14th. And we believe it's actually closing today. So, all right, beautifuls. That was a lot to think about. Please invite folks to the call if you've enjoyed it. And if you're on any of these things and not on the Zoom and you want to be, go to Agents Helping Agents AHA and Facebook and you can join the Zoom, or you can stay on YouTube or stay on, what is this one? TikTok. Thank you. They like my lamp. That's my chandelier. I appreciate that so much. All right, give me high fives. I love you much. I will see you mañana. Have a good one. Bye. So great to see you guys. Thanks for being here.